Collection of cave paintings from 24,000 years ago was discovered in Spain. In the Covardones cave on the eastern coast of Spain. Archaeologists have discovered one of the largest collections of ancient rock art. An extensive collection of over 100 paintings may contain up to 24,000 years. Interestingly, this cave has been known to locals and tourists for a long time, but the Paleolithic drawings have only recently been noticed. In the Covardones, or Quevadones, cave, which is approximately 500 meters long and located in Miles near Valencia, scientists have found amazing cave paintings, most of them made of clay. Over 100 different examples of Paleolithic art, dating back to 24,000 years ago, have been discovered on the rock walls. Years ago, the cave is well known to locals and frequently visited by tourists, but the Paleolithic paintings were only spotted in June 2021. Scientists from the Spanish universities in Zaragoza and Alicante and archaeologists from the University of Southampton, Great Britain, undertook research on the cave. The results of their work were published in the journal, Antiquity. When we saw the first painted aurochs, a species of extinct mammal from the bovine family, editor's note, we immediately started further research. We were surprised by these Paleolithic paintings. Although Spain is the country with the largest number of cave art sites, most of them are located in the northern part of the country, explains the main author of the article, Dr. Aitor Ruiz Redondo, lecturer at the University of Zaragoza and collaborator with the University of Southampton. Experts admit they were shocked when they realized the scale of the discovery. After starting the research, we realized that we were dealing with a huge number of cave paintings. So far, we have found similar sites only in southern France and northern Spain, explains Ruiz Redondo. Two heads of a deer species, photo, A Ruiz Redondo, V. Barciela, X. Martorell. The research team included, among others, Virginia Barciela Gonzalez and Ximo Martorella Brisa from the University of Alicante. Thanks to their work, it has so far been possible to document over 100 motifs painted by our ancestors in Covardones. The large number of motifs and the variety of techniques used to create them make the cave the most important site of Paleolithic art in the eastern Iberian Peninsula. This is the largest discovery of this type since the paintings were described in the Eitzara cave in northern Spain in 2015. At least 19 animal depictions have been identified in Covardones. Our ancestors painted hinds, horses, aurochs and deer. In addition to animal representations, more conventional symbols, such as squares and rectangles, were also identified on the cave walls. Most of the paintings were made using clay. A barely visible auroch's head, the first painting discovered in Covardones, photo. A Ruiz Redondo, V. Barciela, X. Martorell. Animals and signs were often painted by simply touching the walls with clay-covered fingers. The humid environment of the cave did the rest. The images dried quite slowly and did not fall off the rock. Some of them were covered with a layer of calcite, which preserved them perfectly, explains Ruiz Redondo. Although creating images with clay was probably common in the Paleolithic period, few examples of this technique have survived to this day. The Covardones cave is an excellent place where similar paintings have been preserved. Scientists say their research is in the early stages and they still haven't analyzed the entire cave. They hope that soon they will be able to show the world more amazing works of prehistoric art. The remains of a huge predator that lived long before dinosaurs have been discovered. If we think of the largest land animals that have ever lived on Earth, dinosaurs will certainly come to mind. Meanwhile, millions of years earlier, there were animals on our planet that were their size. This is confirmed by recent discoveries. In Brazil, fossils of a predatory giant that lived 40 million years before the dinosaurs were found. Dinosaurs have a reputation as the largest and most dangerous predators in history. However, 40 million years before the appearance of dinosaurs, a creature called Pamphophonus bicae dominated South America. Paleontologists in southern Brazil found the skull and several bones of this giant predator. Research suggests that this animal lived about 265 million years ago and was the largest and most bloodthirsty carnivore of its time. The description and results of the research were published in the Zoological Journal of the Linnean Society. Of all the creatures that lived at that time, representatives of this species were certainly the largest. Pamphophonus bicae, as we are talking about them, lived on Earth, specifically in South America. 40 million years before dinosaurs took over. They were dinocephalous, large terrestrial reptiles that were both carnivorous and herbivorous. Unfortunately, these animals were unlucky enough to appear on our planet shortly before one of the great extinction events, which eliminated almost 86% species living there. They owe their name to their thick skull bones, and the term, dinocephalic, can be translated from Greek as, terrible head. In their time, dinocephalus were one of the most important animals. Interestingly, while they are known from South America and, for example, Russia, they were less common in other parts of the Earth. In São Gabriel in the southern part of Brazil, the remains of such an animal, which are approximately 265 million years old, were found. Moreover, they are well preserved. In Brazil, Pamphophonus bicae is the only known representative of dinocephalus. This discovery will certainly contribute to increasing the level of knowledge about these animals. For example, it could be difficult to distinguish those found in Brazil from their Russian cousins. Among the discovered remains, there is primarily a complete skull. It is worth noting that this is only the second skull of a representative of this species discovered in South America. The recently found one is much larger than the first one. It measures almost 40 centimeters, and is better preserved, which will certainly allow obtaining additional anatomical information. In addition, rib and arm bones were also found. Interestingly, the bones were found in Middle Permian rock in an area where they are not found very often. It took about a month to excavate all of them, with archaeologists working day in and day out. Additionally, the pandemic significantly extended the process of cleaning them and examining them by an additional 3 years. According to the scientists who took part in it, these animals must have aroused fear in all others who even tried to get in their way. They had powerful fangs, adapted to catching prey. Moreover, they were strong enough to even allow Pamphophonus bicae to chew the bones. Currently, for example, hyenas can do this. Bones of victims, mastodons, were also found at the site. These largest South American animals living in the Permian played a role in the ecosystem of that time comparable to modern large cats. The largest of them could reach a length of 3 meters and a weight of 400 kilograms.